never realize there's a wolf around until it's too late. And they do exactly what the wolf expects them to do. They run into each other, they fall down, they become dinner. Time to eat.
Hello friends, today we have something a little bit different. We have an exclusive, something we've never done before, but we're going to give you the unveiling of Robert Morris's new mansion. So before we actually get into that, we'll give you a little backstory on it. A couple months ago we were preaching out at Gateway talking about his multi-million-dollar mansion that he was building, and people were like, how do you know about this? Nobody knows about this. So we thought we'd actually go out to the mansion and take some pictures and give you a tour around his house. So to start with, the house, what Robert Morris did is he bought two properties. It's about 7 acres and probably some of the most premier properties in North Texas. His neighbors are Matt and Lori Crouch, Marcus Lamb. So these are the big wigs in Christianity. He buys 2 properties with 1 gate, and what we're being told is the price was $1.8 million that he paid for the property. On Zillow, it actually had the 2 properties, and I believe it was almost $2.5 million for both properties. So he might have got a deal there. But what he's actually done is over the last year, he's built a brand new mansion. There was an existing house of 4,500 square feet. That wasn't good enough for Robert. The news is, or the story that we're hearing is he's going to tear down that house, but he just completed his gigantic mansion. It looks like it's about maybe 7,000 square feet, and he's going to actually get the keys for this mansion next week. So we're guessing that house alone probably cost about a cool $1 million. So his total investment in this property and his new house is going to be about $3 million. Maybe it's going to be more, maybe a little bit less, but we thought we'd give you an exclusive to see exactly how these wolves live, to see how these men that push tithing and squeeze the sheep, how they actually live. Okay, let's get started on this tour of this glorious mansion, Robert Morris's next treasure on this earth. These wolves really have no shame whatsoever. They don't care how opulent, how luxurious they live. Over to the right, you can see the existing property that was on the land. That was the 4,500 square foot mansion, and that, what we're hearing, is going to be torn down because that wasn't big enough for Bob Morris. He needed his own special mansion. So continuing up, you can see that this isn't just an average house. This is a very special house because Robert Morris is a very special man. Can you imagine Jesus living in a mansion like this? Or the apostles, the Apostle Paul, the Apostle John living like this? No, the disciples didn't live like this. Jesus didn't live like this. He didn't even have a place to lie his head. They were too busy taking care of the sheep, tending to the flocks. They weren't interested in heaping up for themselves treasure on this earth. Jesus said, where your treasure is, there your heart would be also. So we know exactly where Robert Morris's heart is. We can see this. This is just one more of Robert Morris's properties. He's got his huge ranch, and now he's got his huge, luxurious home. Folks, it's shameful, and it's disgusting what these men do. Robert Morris taking advantage of these dumb sheep at his church.
Now listen to me carefully, because I'm going to say something very strong. Any person that doesn't tithe is arrogant. Because you believe you can make it your way and not doing it God's way. And you have to be arrogant to steal from God. And you have to be arrogant to steal from God. You have to be extremely arrogant to steal from God. And please understand, if you don't tithe, that's an open door to demons. Because that's exactly what the enemy does. He's a thief. And you're allowing God. You're allowing Satan to get you to be a thief, but not only a thief, but stealing from God. And I don't say that to make you feel condemned or to argue about tithing. I'm telling you, that's an open door, and no matter how many doors you close in your life, if you're not a tither, you've always got an open door to the enemy.